Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's gemstone video I'm going to be showing you how you can program your crystal or how you can put your intentions into them. So before we get started in this video, I do want to mention that you do not have to program your crystals if you do not want to. So basically a non-programmed crystal will do what it does in its natural state. So basically it will use its energy to assist you in a problem that it feels is necessary. So I feel like before you just go straight into programming a crystal, I do feel like you do need some kind of connection with it. So it's going to sound strange, but I do feel like spending time with your crystals and holding them as much as possible gives you that kind of connection to the crystal. So it's going to sound really weird, but you kind of want to treat them like they're alive, you know, like they are a person or something. So I'm going to basically explain to you what programming a crystal is. It basically means that you are putting all your thoughts, your hopes, your desires, wishes, demands, I don't know, just anything that's in your thoughts that you want to basically manifest in your life. You're basically putting all that energy into the crystal so that the crystal can absorb all that energy and kind of help you kind of work through your life problems. Very much like the law of attraction, you are trying to attract manifestation and abundance in your life basically, and you're doing that in the form of using crystals. So depending on your intention and what you're actually wanting to kind of happen in your life, you want to pick the right crystal. So this is quite important. You don't just want to pick up any crystal, program it into something that the crystal doesn't necessarily have the right properties for. So for example, a rose quartz stone would obviously be for love, because this is the stone of unconditional love and very much love healing properties. So if you've got any kind of relationship issues or self-love kind of things you want to work on, this is the perfect crystal, is a rose quartz. So you want to use this to kind of put your intentions into. So like a piece of amethyst, this is great for kind of stress, anxiety. This really does help get rid of like negative energy. So kind of depending on your moods as well, what if it's either something in your life you want to change, or if it's actually a part of you that you want the crystal to help kind of absorb. And then a blue calcite is a very calming stone, so if you wanted to feel more relaxed, perhaps you might want to meditate with a stone like a blue calcite. But yeah, depending what you want in your life is the crystal that you will pick. So I'm going to show you an example now of how you can basically put all your thoughts into a crystal. So I'm going to use my amethyst cluster. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my crystal in my hand and put my other hand on top. So I'm holding it both in between both of my hands. Obviously how you feel, perhaps you feel more comfortable just to hold it in one hand like this. But yeah, I like to grip my crystal in both hands like this. So basically you want to focus on the purpose of the crystal. And while it's in your hand, you basically want to focus your mind on whatever it is that you want your crystal to do. So what you want to do is you want to sit quietly and you want to imagine that the thought in your mind is going deep into your crystal. And you basically want to keep doing this for like 5 to 10 minutes. So what you are doing, you are just putting all your thoughts into it. So you can say them out loud, or you can just, you know, speak inside your head. Personally, I like to just speak inside my head, my own kind of thoughts in there. So I just basically will think about what I want in my life, and yeah, that is basically what you do. So it's actually so easy, and it doesn't take long to do. So depending on how like highly connected you are with crystals, it can take less time than that. So basically sometimes I can program a crystal for a minute and I feel like I have enough, I've put enough energy into that crystal and I feel really positive about it. So how to know if it has worked is basically if you feel like you've expressed enough feelings and emotions in your thoughts into the crystal, and you kind of feel like you've laid everything off your chest, then you pretty much have put everything out that you can, and then it's just down to you and the crystal to kind of work on things. For me, I do actually take time to hold my crystal, and as I'm thinking about what I want, or my emotions and stuff, I will basically start to feel a vibration or a tingle from the stone, and that I normally like to wait till I feel that, till I can kind of feel like the stone is working on that kind of issue. But that is about crystal energy and how you can feel it, so that is a whole separate video that I will promised to do on my channel about crystal energy. But yeah, that is normally how I like to do it, is to just kind of feel like the crystal is listening to me. So it might sound crazy, but honestly, if you give it a try and you have a crystal at home and you've never tried to put an intention into it, maybe just pick it up, see how it feels in your hand, and yeah, maybe just give it a go and see how you feel afterwards. So for me, it personally just feels really good to treat my crystals like it is a person that I can just talk to in my head and just put all my sort of intentions in and my goals and what I want for life. And honestly, afterwards I just feel really good. It gives me like a positive outlook for the day. Very much, you know, addressing your issues and kind of just like, you know, making them flow out of you basically. So I also want to talk about if you have kind of unrealistic expectations of how crystals work and how you just think you're basically, you know, they're basically like a wish stone that everything is just going to happen for you. It doesn't necessarily work like that. So what I mean is, if you hold a crystal and you're like, I want to be a millionaire, something like that, it's like, it's not necessarily going to work for you. These are more things that, you know, it helps you to acknowledge and you to kind of work on. So basically, when I'm talking about like manifesting something in your life, that is basically you seeing a different angle, seeing a different view to basically encourage something positive into your life. So I'm going to give you examples of things that you can program into your crystals that you feel, you know, isn't a necessarily unrealistic goal and that you and your crystal can work towards. So for example, you might have a love issue, or perhaps, you know, you're feeling disconnected from your partner. It could be any kind of love issue related that you could use the rose quartz stone, and you could hold this and you could spend a few minutes to kind of get it to help you work through your relationship issues. It's very much putting your kind of inner thoughts and deep feelings into the stone, you know, hoping for a positive outlook. I feel like love is a great one to kind of manifest into your life. So another really good example is, say you are going to an interview and you might be feeling a bit worried and you kind of want guidance and you kind of want the confidence to be able to pass the interview. Or perhaps, you know, you're just saying, I want this new job. I simply want to manifest a new job into my life. So for a stone like that, you might want to use a stone that is good at public speaking, or a citron, which is really great at kind of, you know, manifesting money into your life. It's very great at attracting wealth. So those are just a few examples of what kind of intentions you can put into your crystals to basically benefit your life. It doesn't necessarily have to be a big stone either. You could simply put your intentions and program a tiny crystal like this. This is a clear quartz. So you can simply just hold it in your hand and again just spend a few minutes thinking about what you want to program the crystal to do. So when you have done programming your crystal and then you feel it has achieved what you wanted to do in your life, it basically needs to be cleansed, recharged and reprogrammed again. So that way you have cleared it from any energies and you can basically just reprogram it to something else that you want to sort of manifest into your life. So if you are having trouble connecting with a crystal, I would advise for you to try and program it every single day, holding your hands for like 2 weeks. And what I find that you may find it take you less time to basically connect with that crystal in the end because you spent so much time with it. So you know what you are doing, you're asking your crystals for help for whatever you've programmed them for. And after you've programmed your crystal, like, you don't just have to leave it wherever you left it. You can carry it around with you if you want to carry that around. If that makes you feel like you're going to achieve this or this is going to come true for you, then carry it around in like your like bag or something. Me personally, I just like to leave them where they won't be disturbed. So I normally do place them back in like the kind of the storage places they are, or I will leave them out of the container so they are kind of absorbing all the energy that I have put into them. So holding your crystal in your hand is the simplest way you can connect with your crystal's energy. So I'm going to talk about my experience with programming crystals and if it's worked for me. So I like to work with crystals and bring positive energy into my life. So this could be like by emotions that I need to either let go or bring into my life, or possibly it is something that is more materialistic or kind of a goal that I want to achieve, and that is what I basically put my intentions into a crystal for. So I have worked with such crystals like rose quartz, clear quartz, citron. They're quite popular ones. So I do really love working with clear quartz. It's actually one of my favourite stones to work with at the moment. So I have to say, when I have put my intentions and programmed a crystal, it has worked for me. Something in my life has either shifted, it's moved, it's changed, something has either come into my life, or a kind of news I was waiting for has come. So I'm not going to say that every time that you program a crystal, like I say, if it's something that's kind of unrealistic to the point of completely, you know, it can't be achieved, it possibly is not right for you, or it's not going to happen. But what I'm talking about, what I said earlier, is manifesting things into your life that you can achieve, and you just need the right kind of mindset for. So just my personal experience with crystals is that my intentions and that I've programmed in the crystals have worked for me. And depending on the time scale, so say you want something that, you know, was going to happen, could happen tomorrow, then that may well happen for you. But say you are programming into something that's more of a long-term goal, it's going to take a while. So, like, you know, those kind of things you need to bear in mind, that it might not happen overnight. And some things that you program your crystals for is going to take some time to do, especially for you to kind of work towards that goal. So yeah, just please bear that in mind when you are programming your crystal, that it's not going to happen overnight if it is something that is more long term. So for instance, there is something that I am trying to manifest into my life right now, and I've programmed a crystal, I've put my intentions into it, and I've just let it sound like next to my computer, and I'm basically hoping that it will happen one day, hopefully soon, but we're just going to see how it rolls basically. So that's what I mean by things that can't be like accomplished overnight. But I do love the idea of putting your thoughts, your intentions into a crystal. It's just so relaxing. So honestly, give it a try if you own a crystal. Yeah, just see if it brings anything to your life. If it does, that's amazing. If it doesn't, then, you know, it's not for you. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed my video on showing you how you can program and put your intentions into a crystal. And yeah, my next video probably will be how to sense and feel crystal energy, because I think that's just a really interesting topic to talk about. But thank you so much for watching my video. Please leave me a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.